What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Figure It Out of the Basement's action figure talk show. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
Sup, guys?
Today, we got a little bit of a light episode for you. We're going to be talking about some potential price increases coming again. And we're going to be giving a little GTP Toys update because it's been a little while since we've talked about...
Are we giving an update?
Well, we're giving an update because someone else...
Because there are no updates.
Is not, well, there's kind of an update. There is truly an update.
True.
Of course, this is our weekly action figure talk show, mainly about Star Wars The Black Series, but every once in a while we'll throw something else into the gears just to throw you a curveball every once in a while. So if you're enjoying our content, consider subscribing, consider joining our channel membership. It's only 99 cents a month.
True.
You get some awesome emojis, you get a cool little badge next to your name, and depending on how long you stay a member of the Basement Dweller Army, the colors will change by month.
And we shout out our new members at the end of this show. Figure it out.
So if you can, great. If you can't, no problem. We are simply happy with you watching, subscribing, liking the video, ringing that bell.
Yeah. However, there are 86 of you now, and we
Yes.
want to get to 100.
Yes, we do have a small goal in mind. Not sure what we're going to do, but we just want to get to 100 members because we think that's a nice round
Nice,
number.
solid, yes.
As you always like to say, a nice round number. So recently, Justin, today, literally breaking news, the day of this recording, not the day of it posting, but prices may be going up. Once again, for not just the Black Series, but Hasbro products in general.
Yep. This is coming from Yakface, who got it from someone else. Basically, the explanation is China shipping costs. Apparently, I mean, we are in the middle of a pandemic, and we are in the middle of an international shipping crisis. But now, apparently, I don't know all the details, we don't know all the details, but insane shipping costs from China is going to force Hasbro's hand
Yes.
into
Yes.
charging more for their products. But it's important to note that this is not just exclusive to the Black Series. We don't have the specifics yet, but this could hypothetically be Marvel Legends, Power Rangers, G.I. Joe.
I mean, I'd assume if it's a shipping issue that's causing the prices to raise, then it's going to affect everything across the board.
But since we are mainly a Star Wars channel, we're going to be discussing this within the context of the Black Series.
Yes.
But it is important to note it's not just going to be the Black Series. So it's not like Hasbro is just randomly doing this to the Black Series fans.
Which wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
Right. Because we've had these price hikes before,
Right.
but they're only like half implemented. Some retailers choose to only implement the new prices on their exclusives, like Walmart. Walmart only does the new Black Series prices for their exclusives, but for the standard figures, they're still charging $17.88.
Yep.
Amazon still has $19.99 pre-orders on a lot of stuff, or they might have updated it now, but originally they were $19.99. Target still has the new wave of Black Series for $19.99 on their website, but their exclusives
Are the
newer $26.49 or whatever price. But we do have some specifics here for standard release, Nate. $24.99. $25 US.
I mean, I feel like $25 at this point, not the biggest jump in the world, considering we've paid $25 for a lot of technically like standard, non-deluxe.
Especially if you hunt at GameStop.
Right, non-deluxe figures, even if they may be exclusive. We've been paying $24.99 for a lot of those, so this one doesn't really feel so bad.
And on top of that, we have been paying $20, the $19.99 since 2013, since the line's inception, and it has now been 8 years since the birth of the Black Series. And it's like, this was inevitable, inflation, etc.
Right.
It's how the world works, it's how money and economics work. There's inflation. So $24.99 is not too shocking to me, especially because regular standard figures are so few and far between now. We are now in August, and we've had 2 regular waves this year. This entire year, we've had 2 regular Black Series waves.
Yep. Everything else has been 100% exclusive to one store or another.
Yeah.
Good times here as a Black Series collector. The best age ever in terms of figures, character selection, and quality.
Yes.
The worst times in terms of actually finding the damn things.
Yes.
The exclusive figures are going to increase to $29.99, which...
Pushing it.
We're pushing it. We're pushing it. Like Justin and I said last week, though, you know, if I catch that Rex in store, $29.99, swinging on the pegs... I don't think I'm going to be able to walk out without it.
But it's $20.99 specifically with the Rex. It's $29.99 because it's deluxe,
right? Well, and
exclusive.
I'm just saying that, like, it's, to me, it's technically in my eyes a standard release figure. It's in the regular box. He just comes to
it's a $19.99.
Right. So, you know, it's like, if it's exclusive and push comes to shove, it's the right character. Like, again, you know, the problem is just that collecting Star Wars action figures in general...
You want to get a lot.
And there's really no other competing line right now that has the character depth of the Black Series. Even something like Vintage Collection, I would argue, just because a lot of those figures... in terms of like new figures that Vintage Collection gets versus new figures that Black Series gets, Black Series wins all day long.
That's true. Because there's model kits, which model kits are more expensive. I mean, you just told me when we went to Target, the Beskar Mando unpainted is what?
It's $32.99. It's $36.99 at Target. And then if you want the painted version, which comes with the chrome already on the figure, you're looking at $62.99.
Right. And the character catalog is not as vast as something like a collector line like the Black Series.
Right.
So, like, some people say model kits. That's not competition, in my opinion.
Yeah. There's really only, like, maybe 50 model kits.
And then, yeah, right. And then you get into, like, imports, which are a very significant increase in price.
Right. And on top of that, the import game, since they produce such a small band of characters, they've not been producing pretty much any sort of characters outside of the sequel trilogy stuff, which you can find anywhere, like SH Figure Arts, all that stuff. But, you know, realistically, after that, they've done, you know, a couple Mandos. I think SH has done, obviously, IG-11, and the Armorer's upcoming, but it's like, think about how many
Mandalorian characters we already have.
Right, in the Black Series versus that. And then, of course, they're usually triple what a regular Black Series figure is.
Don't even bring up Hot Toys, because these are $20 action figures versus figures that cost hundreds of literal dollars.
Yeah.
So I would agree with what you're saying about the competition. I mean, Diamond Select, they got a Boba Fett.
And then a Darth Maul, and then poof. They said, we're done.
There's just no competition. So it's like, we're kind of just stuck with what we have. But we're not done yet. This is the one where I'm like, oh my goodness, this is not inflation, this is not shipping, this is just absolute ridiculousness. And that is the new alleged deluxe price of $39.99. $40 for a Black Series figure. And here's the kicker example here. Remember Zeb? He was a deluxe figure that came with one accessory. Remember Wrecker? Fantastic figure, but he came with his knife that didn't have the paint detail, came with his blaster, and came with the backpack and the helmet. Not really deluxe.
No.
If they're going to be pulling this, well, he's big, so we got to charge deluxe price and have it be $39.99. I don't know about all that.
That's going to be a tough pill to swallow. Luckily, I feel like, I'm sure there's more than I'm thinking of right off the top of my head, but there's not too many Star Wars characters that are big, for this, and so therefore Hasbro can charge the deluxe price because they're big.
The Phantom Menace carded Jar Jar.
True.
It's another example.
Right.
Because
less
at least
accessories.
the main release had some nice accessories.
Right.
So it's like, if it's $40, every single deluxe $40 Black Series figure better be a build-up pack times 2.
Or at least as good as Return of the Jedi Boba Fett in terms of new figure,
right?
New accessories.
They better jam-pack that boy or girl with accessories.
And
that's ridiculous. $40 is ridiculous, because then you are going to have figure releases that are not only deluxe, but they're also exclusive.
There's a Power Rangers figure, a Power Rangers villain, a very popular one. It's like this little pig dude.
Okay.
If you want him, he's stuck in an exclusive set where all you get is a plastic lunchbox, and it's $52.99 for the figure to come in a plastic lunchbox. So it's like, it's already happening in other lines, I feel like.
Yeah.
Where Hasbro's been experimenting with like crazy different prices. And I think it's, $39.99. They better be packed with accessories.
Because that's almost double price.
Right. Or it better be loaded with paint apps. Or it better be one of the most fan favorite deer characters that you're...
That's the thing. It better be like insane paint, super high amount of accessories, and great articulation.
Right.
For $40.
Yeah. Because
that's just like the other two. I'm like, but 40 for a deluxe, man, that's just...
Right.
That's crossing a line.
Especially when, my example, again, another much smaller company, but how does a company like NECA continue to release the kinds of figures they do for $29.99 to like $34.99, depending on what exactly it is. But think about all
like a NECA Ultimate that comes with alternate heads, hands, insane amount of accessories, really nice paint detail. I don't know.
And you're just like, how is there such a discrepancy? I mean, obviously, I'm sure it has to do with how much the licenses cost at this point, but it's like,
very true.
That stuff, I feel like, should not be reflected on the consumer.
Right.
You want to be the one to make exclusive Star Wars toys, you got to be the one to pony up the money to pay for it, not, skimping out, not giving every Jedi a robe, not giving every Jedi some Force hands or an alternate head or something.
Like, not every... Really, consumers aren't thinking about all of that behind the scenes stuff.
Right.
They just want some toys, some plastic, some collectibles.
Right.
So it's like the more and more... Because we're talking with Jeremy, a good friend of the channel, and it's like, what is the line where, like, you're going to start losing the majority of your consumer base?
Right.
I think a $40 deluxe, that's where I draw the line for myself, unless it's just some absolutely crazy, just something knocked completely out of the park.
Right.
But I don't see that happening, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I see something like a Wrecker being a deluxe.
Here we go.
40.
Here's going to be the first example, all right, everyone? We're going to write this down. We're going to mark it down here. Norski, clip it. Gaming Greats Jaro Tapal.
That's exactly what I was thinking earlier as well.
$44.99 plus shipping.
Because it's not only is it GameStop, and they always charge a little extra, also exclusive, also deluxe. And that's, I guarantee, it'll be $50 after shipping.
Yep. And that is a very realistic figure. Hasbro is just waiting because obviously they didn't just make Zeb to make Zeb and call it a day. When they can literally make another
Right, they just gotta put
character,
the Jedi armor and all that.
Right,
you already got the double-bladed lightsaber.
Yep. So,
man,
I can just see it now.
$50 Jaro Tapal.
And for Jaro Tapal, I will say, here you go, Hasbro, you sons of bitches.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go for $50. I would not go that far.
You wouldn't get Jaro Tapal.
If it was $50, Nate.
What if it was $44.99?
No.
Plus shipping.
No. It's a $29.99er, or I ain't getting it.
Maybe I'm a plastic crackhead.
I'm drawing the line on Black Series being $40
we'll have
for
to,
one figure.
I mean, at the end of the day, we'll have to see. Because
we will have to see.
Like previous price increases, like you mentioned earlier, they're not always widely implemented.
Sometimes they just don't happen. Like the whole $22.99 thing. It's like I looked at it today. That episode of Figure It Out, over 6 months old. When we were like, Black Series is going up to $22.99. Since then, I've literally found modern waves that aren't even technically released yet.
Right.
For $17.88 at Walmart. And at the time, they were up for pre-order for $19.99 from Amazon. I think they have switched that to $22.99, but still. And also with Target, you can still go on Target's website and pre-order like Lando or Aura Singh for $19.99.
So yeah, who's to really say if we're gonna see this price hike, how we're gonna see it, if it's gonna be across the board or if it's just gonna be at select retailers that love to charge you more, like GameStop.
Yeah.
So, we'll have to wait and see.
I don't think this is the end of the world.
No.
Because there's always ways around it. I've always found ways around it. I can't tell you the last time I bought a regularly released figure for $22.99 that wasn't GameStop.
Right.
I don't know if I've actually done that yet.
Yeah, maybe online, but
there's ways around it.
Yeah, so
you can always find a bargain.
We'll have to keep an eye out for that, but it does look like Hasbro prices across the board will be going up shortly. And then, Justin, let's do a little GTP Toys update. If you are not familiar with GTP Toys, this is a former third-party company. Used to make unofficial space walls, all sorts of
like
little...
the Death Star walls, but call them space walls.
Little accessories, everything like that, some barrels, what have you, moisture evaporators, that kind of thing. They recently landed an officially licensed deal with Star Wars, with Lucasfilm, to produce a 6-inch scale Tantive 4 diorama set. This set originally went up for pre-order. We're pretty much closing in on I
want to say September?
Yeah.
Maybe October of last year?
You guys know we've been covering it on the channel for a long time, the saga of the two brothers and their apparent breakup as business partners, and how only one brother is doing all of the foot leg work now, and they were radio silent for months.
Real radio silent.
Yes.
Like not responding to DMs, comments. They ceased all social media.
Yes.
People were panicking, so I decided to make a video about it, and then we actually got a hold of the owner and got a response, and that's what kind of re-sparked them starting to make posts again. And
GTP Toys was doing good. They were posting.
They promised weekly updates,
right?
Nate.
And they weren't holding to that, but they were still, maybe 2 weeks would go by, we'd get another picture. All of the prototype pictures look absolutely amazing. There's no denying that at all. But now it has officially been 5 weeks since the last...
Because I think June 30th was the last post.
Yes. 5 weeks have gone by now with nothing from GTP Toys, except, very quietly, very slyly, the website has now updated to show that the Tantive 4 hallway will be shipping in September of this year. So previously, it was the end of July, then it was August. Now it has been switched over to September. However, there has been no social media posts about this delay. There has been no further product or prototype shots since June 30th of this year. So we just thought we'd do a little digging and see where we're at with this. We haven't reached out to the owner of the company again, but I feel like maybe if a couple more weeks go by, we might try to. Just because this is something that's important to us. It's, as a community, not a lot of people are talking about it. And considering the fact that
payment was up front,
the $200 plus tax up front, or you could do a payment plan where basically you paid $90 two times, essentially. So they've already got $90 of my money. Justin, they've got all $200 and something of your money. And this is
the thing, like, you have people's money. So it's very important to keep people updated. If it was like a pre-order where it charges you when it ships, completely different.
Right.
You could easily cancel.
Right.
completely different story, but money was taken up front, and when you have people's money, you gotta do something. I have Instagram, okay? It's not hard to use. It's not hard to click the addition sign and make a little post or a tweet or a Facebook post, because people are worried. People have been skeptical since the very beginning when they were radio silent.
We just wanted to bring it up because, again, we're invested in it, and we know a lot of people in the community are invested in it as well, and we know a lot of people aren't talking about this sort of radio silence from GTP Toys, mostly because in the past they were very reputable, made high quality products. Everyone loved them.
Customer service was great.
They would get endorsements from, you know, people like the Fwoosh and stuff, like big time creators.
Yeah, Yak Face.
So I feel like a lot of people are trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, which we are too.
We are too.
But I think it's important to also keep sort of bringing this up and not letting it get swept under the rug.
Because it's very easy to forget. Because it was such a long time ago. Sometimes I just go weeks, perhaps even a couple months, without even thinking about it.
Right, because we're so caught up with collecting, you know, other Star Wars figures, talking about other Star Wars stuff. It gets put on the back burner. And then every once in a while, I'll be scrolling on Instagram and I'm like, you know what? The hell GTP Toys is up to? And then I go and look and I don't see a post. Literally, you see the last post and there's a comment from us. Thanks for the update.
Yeah.
It always pops up as the first comment for me, but we just wanted to maybe stoke a little bit of the flames here. Maybe, you know,
I mean, just come on.
Just give us an update. I would be satisfied if they just posted and said, "Hey, you know, it's delayed. It's delayed. Sorry, we're having troubles,"
which is totally understandable in today's climate with shipping and manufacturing and just the cost of things.
Yes. It's
totally understandable, but if it's delayed, you gotta let us know that it's delayed.
Yeah, and not just change it secretly on the website and not say anything about it. So it's still available for pre-order somehow too. I thought those pre-orders were supposed to end.
Which I was trying to ask you, like, how much sense does that make if they're clearly overwhelmed?
I feel like because they've mentioned that there's so few orders that after the pre-order window ends, that's all there's going to be. So maybe they're just keeping it open to maybe hopefully try and get some more like last minute people in. But realistically at this point, I feel like most people are probably steering way clear of this because they know that the people that have already paid for it are going through a whole...
they're going...
You know, it's a whole rabbit hole of all of the events that since I shouldn't even say purchase it, you know, purchasing the item up front. You know, it's been a roller coaster ride, and all we ask is just a little bit of communication. It's not hard to just post something real quick on Instagram, say, "Hey guys, it's delayed. There's more production issues, shipping issues." Everyone would be so understanding. That's pretty much the update for GTP Toys. Not a whole lot, but clearly it's been delayed till September. And for some reason, we are most likely the ones that are the first people to tell you that it is delayed till September, even though we have no affiliation and we are not associated with GTP Toys at all. So there you go. There's your Tantive 4 hallway update. Hopefully we get it because, I mean, it looks amazing. It looks like it's going to be literally perfect. But,
it does.
You know,
it does.
I would just like a simple, "Hey, we're running into issues."
And
that's
all it takes.
And I would go, "Okay, that's fine." So there you go. Let us know what you think of the GTP Toys situation. Are you someone who's already paid for the item and are waiting patiently? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this episode of Figure It Out, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. We're always talking about Star Wars The Black Series here on the channel. Of course, join us every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time for our nice hangout live streams. Those are always a lot of fun. If you can, consider becoming a member of the Basement Dweller Army. You can click the join button right next to the subscribe button, or if that's not appearing for you, you're going to have to go in and click the link in the description.
Very true, very true.
Of course, I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
We'll see you guys later.
And we will see you all next time on Out of the Basement.